Okay. Don't say a word. Just keep walking, real casual, okay? Let's do this. I'll show it to you, but you can't tell anybody else where it is, okay? Deal. They keep it way in the back with the really rare stuff. Hey, what's up? How goes it? Good to see you. The kids who work here don't know where it came from, of course, but neither do the old-timers. None of them bought it, so there's no tracking number. As far as they know, it's just always been here. Okay, this is where they usually keep it. Uh-oh. No!
Flames! Hey everybody, it's Unitedcypher Talks Over Games. I'm Evan, and with me as always is D-Hard. Say hello!
Hey, hey!
Or don't say hello. Actually, from now on, instead of saying hello, I think we should just start by stabbing each other brutally in the face.
No, I'll stab you first.
No. We roll for it. Like you roll dice. Like all those D&D nerds like me do. And roll a dice and we'll stab for stabbing. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm in the real stabby mood because we're playing today Brütal Legends. It's a game about metal starring Jack Black, a comedian who loves metal and makes some pretty decent music in and of himself, if you ask me. Right now you're looking at the bad guy who has the most ridiculous fucking hairdo I've ever seen. They went out of their way to make the bad guys look like complete and total sissies, and also equate them with some of the worst music of the '80s in this game.
Yeah.
I think the butt rock.
That's what they're really going for.
Not only that,
the hair metal.
Not only that, you see I'm running around here on the battlefield. I've got units, so this is not only a game that features prominently tons of good metal music, but it also features metalheads of sorts. You basically are the roadie in charge of a giant battle. And the battles are staged events where you have a stage and you send out headbangers and hot chicks to get on your shoulders like you see me doing here. And basically you lay waste in a strategy adventure RPG starring Jack Black. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm sold on this already. It's so deep. And look, I've only got 3 units and I've barely started the game. And I've only got 3 units. And I've been like, what, 12 hours into it or something like that? Because I've explored...
Right now they're teasing something that comes up a little bit little bit later.
Yeah, you notice
that's pretty awesome.
Early on, you don't really have a lot of control over your units. It's really difficult because you can't see above them. But something happens later on that relates to what just happened there to help you out quite a bit. And you got our other stage manager here telling me, literally, here comes some bad guys. And now I'm just going to head off this way. And if you see the little cross in the corner, those are my commands that I can give the dudes that I'm near. So if they can hear me at this point in the game, they'll come with me, and then I can sick them on groups of dudes. Here's all my people, the hot chicks with the guns, and then you got. I don't know if you noticed from here, but that giant motorcycle trike thing that's getting bashed apart was Lemmy. This game features actual like rock and roll and metal legends. Like Ozzy has a character in it. Yeah. Lemmy is the Kilmister in this game. So many cheesy plot points. It's unbelievable, actually. What did you think of the story? You started playing through it a little bit.
It's completely not what I expected. Whenever I picked this up specifically just for us to do the talk over, but
right, because it's pretty outlandish and it was cheap, and I think that was the reason you bought it.
Yeah, it was less than $5.
That's pretty nuts.
And so I was expecting, I knew you had a guitar and you had your axe and you had a battle axe.
Oh, cheesy.
Well, dude, that's totally what they're going for.
It's obvious that's what they're going for, yeah.
But so I thought it would just be like a Conan game.
Right.
Which I think there was one that just came out like the same year.
Right.
And I thought that's what this was going to be entirely.
I could see Jack Black being Conan-ish, or at least wishing he was. Anyway, but yeah, go into what it is. Tell me how it really grabbed you.
Yeah, it's like I was expecting that, and then there was actual real licensed music, which was nice.
Right.
Some Sabbath. Judas Priest.
Some of the best Judas Priest songs I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Yeah.
Christ.
Well, you know, there's just a lot more to it than you would expect.
When I first sat down with it and I watched you play it, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? I thought it was just like a Zelda clone or like a Darksiders kind of clone. But then it's, nope, it's a strategy, action, adventure, RPG.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what else can you say after that? The game
you
for
actually,
$5 is a huge fucking
You also
mark.
made another comparison to a Pikmin.
It is kind of like...
Because you have, like, the guys you can boss them around, and they have, like, certain, you know...
That's where the strategy action, or the strategy RPG element comes in.
Yeah.
You can upgrade them and... See, these big geysers here on the screen, those are actually fans. They're souls of fans that you have to build. You have to first
make a
convert
ripping
them.
solo.
Yeah, all the magic spells in this game are actually they're actually guitar solos that you have to play. That's how you summon your car and everything. Your car, by the way, is actually a demon god, but we'll get into that. I'll just leave that for you to find out.
There's a lot going on.
Yes, they just use Face Melter and killed some of the enemy units there. Yeah, this game is frantic and insane. Yeah, you can hear Lionheart screaming his gay head off right over in the corner. So,
yeah, they're it's like in a land that's completely composed of
hot chicks,
of metal,
metal dudes,
of metal. In the land of metal, hair metal is the villain.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I mean, hair metal is kind of awful. Oh, you look, I died. Okay. So I'm dead, and the fan's energy that I've built the towers for brought me back to life. But if you're not careful, if the bad guys come and swamp your towers, they'll take them over, and then you'll stop getting fans, and the fans are what you use to call in your units here. So without that, you're kind of fucked. You have to have fans. You have to build towers, and then that lets you build units and keeps you alive in combat.
Yeah, and you may notice that this one fight has been going on for a very long time.
I'm dreadful at this game, I'll be honest. I've actually made it further than this. I'm playing one of the first fights because it's easier to get a grasp of what's going on here. But later on, you just get your ass stomped. But granted, I play everything on hard, and I deserve it. I deserve to be punished at that point. But still, this game is brutally fucking hard. As, you know, an active title as it could be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it would be possible to do this quickly, though.
No.
Even if you were doing well.
Later on, modification, the thing that we hinted at, it's going to pick it up. The thing that we hinted at, I don't know.
Oh yeah, that big mechanic, that big important mechanic that is coming up shortly.
It happens in the next battle, and then the battle after that it's there again. So it's something that always happens when you start to fight, which is good.
In the big epic battles.
Yeah, like what I like to do here is thin out the enemy gunners because they're really fucking tough, and they'll just shoot your tower from a distance and blow it the fuck up, and then you'll be stuck with an empty geyser like I am here. I also don't like these big-fisted dudes because they fuck everything up.
Yeah.
They go after your healer, your bassist, which is funny, the bassists are the healers. They go after them immediately. That's the first place they go if they're not destroying your stage.
Yeah, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that those are the next guys you get.
Oh, those guys?
Yeah.
After this fight, you get to summon those guys as part of your crew, and they're pretty useful. Sorry, I was looking for my pipe. It's hard to talk and feel like I'm.
It's hard to pay attention to this thing that only lasts a few minutes.
No, it's not the attention. It's hard to be as wordy and as nerdy and as professorial as I like to be on my podcast without my trusty cigar pipe here. What the hell's a cigar pipe? I smoke pipe tobacco out of it. It's not a drugs pipe. I just want to make that clear. Although if it was a drugs pipe, I'd be a lot happier right now. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, we're laying waste to guys, and oh yes, it's blowing stuff up. You know, this actually makes me think of my old days being in bands, like seeing the girls, being a scene kid and seeing girls get on top of guys' shoulders. You know, I never really saw that at local shows. You don't see girls.
Well, there's no reason to because nobody.
They're not famous enough to be shown flappy and disappointing breasts.
Hold on. Well, the thing is that they get on their shoulders so they can see a stage. Most local shows never had a fucking stage. Or if they did, it was about 10 inches off the ground.
At that point, it's basically don't stand behind the guy who's 6'2". Don't stand behind the guy who's 6'2", honey, and then you can see the indie band.
If it's less than a few feet tall, it's not a stage. It's a riser.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Paul riser. Not to be confused with a Paul Rudd. If you played a show on Paul Rudd's back, it probably wouldn't work out that well either.
No,
I don't think so. He's probably not a big guy. Not many people in Hollywood are as actually tall as you think they are in television, or as how tall as they're made to be.
They're wee folk.
The people from show business, they're very small. They're quite tiny, if you ask me.
You could take any Hollywood A-lister, and you could cast them in Leprechaun as the lead.
Oh yeah,
and you would never tell the difference.
Tom Cruise would be king of the Leprechauns. You know what? Speaking of A-listers, and this is my gag for the podcast. Brian Posehn is in this too.
Oh,
he's definitely an A-lister.
Oh yeah.
He's like the huntsman who hunts. He gives you side quests. There are tons of side quests in this game, and that's where you run into other weird cameos. Have you yet to hear a David Cross cameo? I've got my fingers crossed for that.
Yeah, took me.
Yeah, I didn't really let the joke land. I apologize, listeners. Really just workshopping this whole thing right here. Yeah, Brian Posehn is the Beastmaster, and you have to basically try to beat his challenges, and his challenges are killing so many enemies. There's so many of the wild creatures you see kind of in this giant world map. And there is a big world map, and we didn't even talk about that. Outside of the battles, which is all you're really getting to see right now, there's a giant world map that you can explore freely in a car that's upgradable. And you can listen to awesome metal the whole time. So you're driving around, running over animals that you have no attachment to because they're ugly and dangerous.
Yeah, every animal it's an enemy.
It's covered. Yeah, it's covered in stabby things or whatever. It's a giant fucking beast with 4 legs.
It's a land of metal.
It's a land of metal.
They're not pleasant animals.
No, everything is harsh and evil, or like has skulls or goats growing out of it, or it's a giant, like a giant statue, like parts of the things you see in the background over there. They're like giant monuments to rock and roll and metal.
Yeah, and there's aside from hair metal being the enemy and these monsters, there's like another level of enemy that it's like they show them at the beginning, but you don't really see them. They're like weird S&M demons.
Yeah, those demons
like
those demons do show up in battle. Like one of the first missions when you're going to save one of your friends, she ends up in a little bit of trouble. One of the main characters, you take her up to go see Kilmister.
Yeah,
Kilmaster. Kilmister. It's Lemmy, for God's sakes. They even rendered his moles. I just want to say that's brilliant. Anyway,
well, you
take her up there, and those demons are up on the roof. You have to shoot them. They're the ones shooting their like arrows at you. Yes! I can't believe I fucking won. I'm a multitasking genius.
Oh, enough. I've never liked this town anyway. I don't know what's gotten into you, Lars, but I know one thing. You will regret what you've started here.
He looks like Dave Mustaine.
He kind of does, without all the weird Jeezy stuff. I'm like, oh, worship Christ!
Hello, me. Meet the real me.
Hello, me. Meet the real me. You don't have enough David Hayter in your voice to do a proper Dave Mustaine impression. Oh, we should let...
We will not sit here and let Lionwhite decide what happens
Yeah, let's
next.
not steal his thunder.
We will gather up this great army and take it on the road. We will march on Lionwhite and free every man, woman, and child in that city. And then, we will bring it crashing to the ground.
This begins your world tour
Indeed.
section of the game.
Lots of battles, that means.
Yeah.
So you're like one of them handy types, I take it. Pack her up quick. I'll be back soon and we'll hit the road. Copy that.
Jesus Christ. That's quite a vehicle. But, they are taking a lot of, headbangers and hot chicks. And when a metal act goes on the road, that's kind of what it's like. You pull up, and if they're really famous, their tour bus just has their pictures all over it, or some random shit that they happen to like. But 9 times out of 10, even the big bands can't afford their own van. Let alone their own plane, which Iron Maiden definitely has. We saw them last year, didn't we? Oh, yes, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Best concert of my entire fucking life. Next to Pantera and Ozzy in one show. That was pretty brutal, too. Well, I mean, this game is fantastic. You saw me summon my car. We can't play too much of this now because there's actually licensed music. Oh, well, getting out also helps too, so I'll just do that real fast. I'm Evan, signing off for Talks Over Games. D-Hard, you have a parting word for our final audience?
No.
Let's say final audience.
Yeah.
Do you have any final parting words for our audience?
No.
You never do. Why do I even bother to ask you?
I
should actually give me a stock tip.
Buy low, sell high.
I was just gonna
Ba-boo.
say go long. Oh! And we're out. Peace.